Here we go, here we go. 60 Pittsburgh. Greystone travel.
Now the first carry here for Philip Lindsay. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Alpha! Yo, cheetah!
From the 27, Locke. That's complete to Jake Butt. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike, hit it.
Throwing his Lock on third down. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. A good pickup there, a 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Hey, Delta.
From midfield, here's Locke. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run. It's Lindsay. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. On second down, a run with Lindsay. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction.
Hey, exit.
Mike 6. Mike 6. Target.
Rock it. Look, squeeze. Shoot.
On third and long, it's Locke. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. The kick by McManus is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go now. 8, read.
Get him. Shit.
Hey, Sam off.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. A give to Kamara running right. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Check 52.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I'm coming for you, sir.
Yo, Jackrabbit, come on.
Check.
Leo.
49, check 49, check 49. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
Decrypt.
Now Kamara. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Switch.
Hey, lock it.
Check 3.
They'll run. This is Kamara. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Well, look at this, a tight end carry. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 4 yards the pickup, first down. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Hey, check. Switch. He's checking. Crash. Alert flare. Whip. Watch the up. Check go.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Hey, box truck.
Back to throw here. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Locke back near his goal line. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Topper, topper.
Check. Lucky.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Lindsey. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. And Tate's got it. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, Echo.
Hey, check Mike 6. Let's go, D.
Hard.
Check 99.
Now Locke again. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Ready?
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 88 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
At the 32-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Come on, set. 50, plant.
Watch the flood, watch the flood, watch the flood. Watch the flood.
5.
Now to the air. Lock. He'll get this one to Patrick. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
This is Freeman. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Check.
They'll run on 1st down. Lindsey, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
I got you, boy. Mike, sit. Mike, sit. Here we go. Check 20.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He'll let this go deep. And this is caught by Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw. And he finds Cook. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Now the big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Hey, wahoo! Ready? Mark 22, Mark 22. Come on, dude!
They'll look to throw. And this is Cook with the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Down. 60 or. Like.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He'll drop to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone.
Rock it. Hit it.
On first down, Locke. It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Intercepted by the Saints. These guys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A tip carry for Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10.
Leo!
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch out.
Ready to go.
On the ground, this is Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Safety screaming.
Hey, lock it.
Running with Kamara. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. This is Murray. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal.
Check three.
He's going to get it running right. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, Haywood!
Mike 6!
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Check 3, check 3.
You're out.
Check 50.
Let's go.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch the whip. Check. Crunch.
A run. It's Murray. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Toss play, Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Now on 2nd and 16. Lock into the hands of Patrick left side. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Go!
Lock going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. That one good for 24 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2. This will be caught at about the 5. But he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, Kamara. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Again, this is Kamara. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12. At the 34-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 or. Ready? Rock it. 5.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Go. Go. Mike 22, Mike 22. Here I come. Mike 22.
They're going to look to throw. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Hey, Delta, look, squeeze.
He's coming, double up.
Squeeze them.
Block now on 1st down. Outright, this one goes to Patrick. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
On the set.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Hey, exit.
14 moving. 14's moving. Coming, baby.
Block now on 1st down. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback, but you show them a lot of different looks, and they did that in the first half. You know, different angles, different things to slow down the speed. They got to him here in the second half. Now they've got to come up with a counter to that and maybe do something different.
All right. Here we go. Let's go, B. Let's go. All right, let's get
Ready?
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive, and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing on first down. Lock. He's got his man. This is Tate. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, echo.
Mike six.
From midfield, here's Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Locke to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
To throw is Locke. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the two-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw.
He's got him in, complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Saints, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.